one thing you will discover when you get next to one another is everybody needs some elbow room, elbow room. It's nice when you're kind of cozy, but not when you're tangled nose to nosy. Oh, everybody needs some elbow, needs a little elbow room. That's how it was in the early days of the USA. The people kept a-coming to settle, though the East was the only place there was to go. The president was Thomas Jefferson. He made a deal with Napoleon. How'd you like to sell a mile or two?
Or 3 or 100 or 1,000.
And so in 1803 the Louisiana Territory was sold to us without a fuss and gave us lots of elbow room. Oh, elbow room, elbow room. Got to get us some elbow room. It's the West or bust. In God we trust. There's a new land out there. Lewis and Clark volunteered to go. Goodbye, good luck, wear your overcoat. They prepared for good times and for bad, and for bad. They hired a Sacagawea to be their guide. She led them all across the countryside, reached the coast, and found the most elbow room we've ever had. The way was opened up for folks with bravery. There were plenty of fights to win land rights, but the West was meant to be. It was a manifest destiny. The trappers, traders, and the peddlers, the politicians and the settlers, they got there by any way they could. The gold rush trampled down the wilderness, the railroads spread across from east to west, and soon the rest was opened up for good. And now we jet from east to west. Goodbye, New York, hello, LA. But it took those early folks to open up the way. Now we've got a lot of room to be growing from sea to shining sea. Guess that we have got our elbow room, elbow room. But if there should ever come a time when we're crowded up together, I'm sure we'll find some elbow room up on the moon. Oh, elbow room, elbow room. Got to get us some elbow room. It's the moon or bust. In God we trust. There's a new land up there.
Ooh, there's gonna be fireworks on the 4th of July. Red, white, and blue fireworks like diamonds in the sky. We're gonna shoot the entire works on fireworks that really show, oh yeah, we declared our liberty 200 years ago. In 1776, there were fireworks too. The original colonists, you know their tempers blew. Like Thomas Paine once wrote, it's only common sense that if a government won't give you your basic rights, you better get another government. And though some people tried to fight it, well, a committee was formed to write it. Benjamin Franklin, Philip Livingston, John Adams, Roger Sherman, Thomas Jefferson, they got it done. The Declaration, the Declaration of Independence in 1776. The Continental Congress said that we were free. Said we had the right of life and liberty. And and the pursuit of happiness.
Extra!
When England heard the news, they blew their stack. But the colonists lit the fuse, there'd be no turning back. They'd had enough of injustice now, but even if it really hurts, oh yeah, if you don't give us our freedom now, you're gonna see some fireworks. And on the 4th of July, they signed it, and 56 names underlined it. And now to honor those first 13 states, we turn the sky into a birthday cake. They got it done. The Declaration of Independence in 1776. Continental Congress said that we were free. Said we had the right of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal,
that they are endowed by their Creator
with certain unalienable rights,
that among these
are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
And if there's one thing that makes me happy, then you know that it's there's gonna be fireworks.
E-L-E-C-T-O-R-A-L. Electoral College. We've got a tale to tell.
So what if we don't have a football team? At least we never have to write a theme. No classes, no professors, no tuition. Yet we're the goal of every politician. 'Cause everyone who graduates becomes a president.
I'm gonna send your vote to college when you vote for president. And if you'll let me share some knowledge, you'll understand this big event. The folks who wrote our Constitution had the idea for this plan, and it's been used in our elections since our government began. When you pull down on my levers for the person of your choice, you're also choosing state electors who will have the final voice. They're called the Electoral College, and they'll need to stipulate who the voters have selected to be the winner in each state. Now, the number of electors that your state is going to get is based on total population. That's the formula that's set. And when the popular vote is counted to find a winner in each state will pledge all of its electors to choose the winning candidate.
I like it. I like it. E-L-E-C-T-O-R-A-L. Electoral College. And we deserve a yell.
And even if the vote is close and someone wins by just a little tiny hair, the electors give that person all their votes. And it's considered fair and square. I'm gonna send your vote to college when you vote for president. And now the Electoral College will work the way our founders meant. So what if they don't have a big macho football team?
It's every politician's special dream.
'Cause everyone who graduates,
Yes, everyone who graduates.
everyone who graduates becomes the president.
You sure gotta climb a lot of steps to get to this Capitol building here in Washington. Well, I wonder who that sad little scrap of paper is.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee. But I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill.
Gee, Bill, you certainly have a lot of patience and courage.
Well, I got this far. When I started, I wasn't even a bill. I was just an idea. Some folks back home decided they wanted a law passed, so they called their local congressman, and he said, "You're right, there ought to be a law." Then he sat down and wrote me out and introduced me to Congress, and I became a bill. And I'll remain a bill until they decide to make me a law.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I got as far as Capitol Hill. Well, now I'm stuck in committee, and I'll sit here and wait while a few key congressmen discuss and debate whether they should let me be a law. I hope and pray that they will. But today I am still just a bill.
Listen to those congressmen arguing. Is all that discussion and debate about you?
Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones. Most bills never even get this far. I hope they decide to report on me favorably, otherwise I may die.
Die?
Yeah, die in committee. Oh, but it looks like I'm going to live. Now I go to the House of Representatives and they vote on me.
If they vote yes, what happens?
Then I go to the Senate and the whole thing starts all over again.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And if they vote for me on Capitol Hill, well, then I'm off to the White House where I'll wait in a line with a lot of other bills for the president to sign. And if he signs me, then I'll be a law. How I hope and pray that he will. But today I am still just a bill.
You mean even if the whole Congress says you should be a law, the president can still say no?
Yes, that's called a veto. If the president vetoes me, I have to go back to Congress and they vote on me again, and by that time you're so old.
By that time, it's very unlikely that you become a law. It's not easy to become a law, is it?
No, but how I hope and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill.
He signed your bill. Now you're a law.
Oh, yes.
Mother necessity with her good intentions. Where would this country be without her invention?
Oh, things were rotten in the land of cotton until Whitney made the cotton gin. Now old times there will soon be forgotten, for it did the work of 100 men.
Mother necessity, where would we be?
Mother Edison worked late each night. It went well until the fading light.
Little Thomas Alva Edison said, I'll grow up to be a great inventor, and I'll make a lamp to help my mommy see. Wowee, what an excellent application of electricity.
He worked hard and pulled a switch. He was smart and very rich.
Mother necessity, help us to see. Now the mother of Samuel Morse always sent the lad out on a horse.
Take a message to Miss Peavy on the far side of the pike. Spread the word about the quilting bee next Saturday night.
Little Samuel started thinking of a way to send a message, though he'd never met a horse he didn't like.
Mother necessity. Elias, can you help me with my sewing?
Mother dear, I'll fulfill your fondest wishes.
Elias, how?
This machine I've made will keep your sewing really flowing. In fact, we'll keep the whole nation in stitches. Ah! mother necessity, where would we be?
Bring me on the Alexander Graham Bell. Thank you, Alexander, for the phone. I'd never get a date, I'd never get a job unless I had a telephone.
Mother necessity.
Harvey and Wilbur, go outside this minute, and now continue with your silly playing. Take these plans and take those blueprints, take that funny looking thing, take that wheel and take that wing. I can't hear a thing that Mrs. Johnson's saying. Harvey and Wilbur, good night, boys.
Mother necessity, where would we be?
When Robert Fulton made the steamboat go.
When Marconi gave us wireless radio.
When Henry Ford cranked up his first Alamo.
When Samuel Slater showed us how the factories go.
When all the iron and all in coal and steel and Yankee, don't you know
they made this country really grow, 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 grow. With mother necessity and where we
Smishing and a splashing over the horizon, what can it be? The pilgrims sailed the sea to find a place to call their own. In their ship Mayflower, they hoped to find a better home. They finally knocked on Plymouth Rock, and someone said, we're there. It may not look like home, but at this point I don't care. Oh, they were missing Mother England. They swore their loyalty until the very end. Anything you say, King, it's okay, King. You know it's kind of scary on your own. Gonna build a new land the way we planned. Could you help us run it till it's grown? They planted corn, you know. They built their houses one by one. And bit by bit they worked until the colonies were done. They looked around, yeah, up and down, and someone said, hooray! If the king could only see us now, he would be proud of us today. They knew that now they'd run their own land. But George III still vowed he'd rule them to the end. Anything I say, do it my way now. Anything I say, do it my way. Don't you get to feeling independent, 'cause I'm gonna force you to obey. He taxed their property, he didn't give them any choice. And back in England, he didn't give them any voice. That's called taxation without representation, and it's not fair. But when the colonies complained, the king said, I don't care. He even has the nerve to tax our cup of tea. To put it kindly, King, we really don't agree. Gonna show you how we feel. We're gonna dump this tea and turn this harbor into the biggest cup of tea in history. They wanted no more Mother England. They knew the time had come for them to take command. It's very clear you're being unfair, King. No matter what you say, we won't obey. Gonna hold a revolution now, King, and we're gonna run it all away with no more king.
We're gonna elect a president.
No more king.
He's gonna do what the people want.
No more king.
We're gonna run things our way.
No more king.
Nobody's gonna tell us what to do.
Rocking and a rolling, swishing and a splashing over the horizon. What can it be? Looks like it's going to be a free country.
will. 4 years have passed, it's time again to stage the main event. Election day is drawing near, we'll pick our president. Republicans and Democrats hold national conventions. They build their party platforms to broadcast their intentions.
The candidates they nominate will surely have potential. They'll have to campaign long and hard to prove they're presidential. With whistle stops and photo ops and great debates and TV spots, posters, pics, even dirty tricks, they run for president. The key states are the bigger ones with larger populations. They have the electoral votes it takes to win elections. Abe Lincoln, Grant, and FDR, they all got here this way. Be sure your mom and dad get out to vote election day. After whistle stops and photo ops and great debates and TV spots, election day we'll have our say and pick a president. Exercise your vote. 4 years have passed, it's time again to stage the main event. Election day is drawing near, we'll pick our president. Republicans and Democrats hold national conventions. They build their party platforms to broadcast their intentions. The candidates they nominate will surely have potential. They'll have to campaign long and hard to prove they're presidential. With whistle stops and photo ops and great debates and TV spots, posters, pics, even dirty tricks, they run for president. The key states are the bigger ones with larger populations. They have the electoral votes it takes to win elections. Abe Lincoln, Grant, and FDR, they all got here this way. Be sure your mom and dad get out to vote election day. After whistle stops and photo ops and great debates and TV spots, election day we'll have our say and pick a president. Exercise your vote.
To reach new heights if we're all created equal. That's us too. Yeah, but you will probably not recall that it's not been too long at all since we even had the right to cast a vote. Well, sure, some men bowed down and called us misses. Yeah. Let us hang the wash out and wash the dishes. But when the time rolled around to elect a president, what did they say, sister?
What did they say?
They said, see you later, alligator. And don't forget my mashed potatoes, cause I'm going downtown to cast my vote for president. But we were suffering until suffering. Not a woman here could vote no matter what age. And the 19th Amendment struck down that restrictive rule. And now we pull down on the lever, cast our ballot, and we endeavor to improve our country, state, county, town, and school. Tell them about those pilgrim women who braved the boat. They could cook the turkey, but they could not vote. Even Betsy Ross, who showed the flag, was left behind that first election day.
What a shame, sisters.
Then Susan B., Anthony,
yeah,
and Julia Howe, Lucretia Mott,
and others.
They showed us how they carried signs and marched in lines until at long last the law was passed. Oh, we were suffering until suffering. Not a woman here could vote no matter what age. Then the 19th Amendment struck down that restrictive rule.
Oh, yeah.
And now we cool down on the lever, cast our ballot, and we endeavor to improve our country, state, county, town, and school. Yeah. Yes, the 19th Amendment struck down that restrictive rule. Yes, the 19th Amendment struck down that restrictive rule. Yeah. All right.
My grandmother came from Russia, a satchel on her knee. My grandfather had his father's cap he brought from Italy. They'd heard about a country where life might let them win. They paid the fare to America and there they melted in. A lovely lady Liberty with her book of recipes and the finest one she's got is the great American melting pot, the great American melting pot.
America was founded by the English,
but also by the Germans, Dutch, and French.
The principle still sticks, our heritage is mixed. So any kid could be the president.
You simply melt right in. It doesn't matter what your skin, it doesn't matter where you're from or your religion. You jump right into the great American melting pot, great American melting pot. Ooh, what a stew, red, white, and blue. America was the new world and Europe was the old. America was the land of hope, or so the legend told. On steamboats by the millions in search of honest pay, those 19th century immigrants sailed to reach the USA. Lovely lady Liberty with her book of recipes and the finest one she's got is the great American melting pot, the great American melting pot. What good ingredients, liberty, and immigrants. They brought the country's customs, their language, and their ways. They filled the factories to the soil, helped build the USA. Go on and ask your grandma, hear what she has to tell. How great to be American and something else as well. Lovely lady Liberty with her book of recipes and the finest one she's got is the great American melting pot, 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 the great American melting pot.
Hey, do you know about the USA? Do you know about the government? Can you tell me about the Constitution? Hey, learn about the USA. In 1787, I'm told our founding fathers did agree to write a list of principles for keeping people free. The USA was just starting out, a whole brand new country. And so our people spelled it out, the things that we should be. And they put those principles down on paper and called it the Constitution. And it's been helping us run our country ever since then. The first part of the Constitution is called the Preamble and tells what those founding fathers set out to do.
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. In 1787,
1887, I'm told our founding fathers all sat down and wrote a list of principles that's known the world around. The USA was just starting out a whole brand new country, and so our people spelled it out. They wanted a land of liberty, and the preamble goes like this. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America, for the United States of America.
The British are coming, the British are coming. Now the ride of Paul Revere set the nation on its ear, and the shot at Lexington heard round the world. When the British fired in the early dawn, the War of Independence had begun. The die was cast, the rebel flag unfurled, and on to Concord marched the foe to seize the arsenal there, you know, waking folks and searching all around, till our militia stopped them in their tracks. At the old North Bridge we turned them back and chased those redcoats back to Boston town. And the shout heard round the world was the start of the revolution. The Minutemen were ready on the move. Take your powder, take your gun, report to General Washington. Hurry men, there's not an hour to lose. Now at famous Bunker Hill, even though we lost, it was quite a thrill. The rebel Colonel Prescott proved he was wise, outnumbered and low on ammunition. As the British stormed his position, he said, hold your fire till you see the whites of their eyes. Though the next few years were rough, General Washington's men proved they were tough. Those hungry, ragged boys would not be beat. One night they crossed the Delaware, surprised the Hessians in their lair, and at Valley Forge they just bundled up their feet. Now the shout heard round the world was the start of the revolution. The Minutemen were ready on the move. Take your blanket, take your sun, report to General Washington. We've got our rights and now it's time to prove. Well, they showed such determination that they won the admiration of countries across the sea like France and Spain, who loaned the colony ships and guns and put the British on the run, and the Continental Army on its feet again. And though they lost some battles too, the Americans swore they'd see it through. Their raiding parties kept up hit and run. At Yorktown, the British could not retreat, bottled up by Washington and the French fleet. Cornwallis surrendered, and finally we had won. Hooray! Long shot heard round the world to the end of the revolution. The Continental rabble took the day, and the father of our country beat the British there at Yorktown and brought freedom to you and me and the USA. God bless America. Let freedom ring.
To have some fun or pass a quiz, just follow
Chips. They got the answers at their fingertips.
I beat you this time, Mr. Chips. You're really good at these video games, but I can beat you sometimes.
Of course, Scooter, because I'm no smarter than the person who programs me. After all, I'm only hardware, just like nuts and bolts.
Oh, yeah? You're the smartest bag of nuts and bolts I've ever seen.
Listen, Scooter, some people assume that simply because a computer can gobble up all kinds of numbers and facts and figures and whatever data you happen to feed it, some people assume because a computer knows how to remember instructions and data, whatever it's told, and deliver it back whenever you need it, as quick as a wink. Some people assume a computer can think.
You mean you're not really so smart, Mr. Chips?
Right, Scooter. I'm not equipped to be smart. I'm not equipped to think. I'm equipped to use software and process information, not to understand it.
What software?
The instructions you decide to give me.
And how do you use software?
I use software with my hardware. The terminal keyboard you touch when you want to say hi to me, that's hardware. My video screen when I want to reply to you, that's hardware too. And this complicated equipment crammed inside of me, too tiny for you to see, that's hardware too. Nothing but diodes, capacitors, and resistors, interconnections, and transistors jammed together like canned sardines. Thousands of teeny tiny machines printed on microscopic strips called chips.
Chips? So that's why they call you.
Precisely.
Gee, Mr. Chips, you have a great brain.
Brain? No, Scooter, I have no brain. Some people assume that simply because I can beat them at math and word games and chess and checkers and fingers and fingers all in the same afternoon. Some people assume because I can shoot off a rocket and chart it and clock it, control it, command it and steer it and land it precisely there on the moon. It's hard to explain. But some people assume I have a brain.
Okay, but if you don't have a brain, how can you do so many different things?
Because of the different kinds of software people can feed me. Scientists or secretaries, astronauts or accountants, managers or musicians. As long as it's put in a language I can understand, I can store the directions in my chips. I assure you I haven't a brain and I haven't a heart. And my chips would feel no pain if you took me apart. And I'll never know good from bad, or black from white. And I'll never know happy from sad, or wrong from right. I'm nothing but diodes, capacitors, and resistors, interconnections, and transistors jammed together like canned sardines. Thousands of teeny tiny machines printed on microscopic strips called chips. And it's all hardware, just like nuts and bolts.
You're sure a
Have some fun or pass a quiz. Just follow this computer whiz. Scooter, computer, and Mr. Chips. They got the answers at their fingertips.
When school lets out, I race right home. I'm faster than the bus. I just can't wait to see my friend who's come to live with us. He's quite unique, this friend of mine, like none you've ever seen. He's full of fancy circuitry. Instead of fingers, he has keys. And where a normal face should be, he's got a special screen.
Scooter, computer, and Mr. Chips. They've got the answers at their fingertips. Scooter, computer, and Mr. Chips. They've got the answers at their fingertips.
Mr. Chips is quite a whiz. He works with lightning speed to give me information and the answers that I need. He's got a super memory, but I'm what makes him tick. He's programmed so that he reacts when I feed him data. Those are facts. He sorts them out and answers back. You ought to see how quick.
Anything you can do with paper and pencil, I can do faster.
Scooter, computer, and Mr. Chips. They got the answers at their fingertips. Scooter, computer, and Mr. Chips. They got the answers at their fingertips.
Okay, Mr. Chips, let's show these kids how much we we know. I type my questions on his keys to set my pal in motion. Name the states that border on the great Pacific Ocean. He's sure to have the answer if the programmer was right. He searches all his data through and feeds back names of four that do. I knew I could depend on you. Hey, Chips, you're out of sight.
It was nothing.
There's just no end to what we do with Mr. Chips around. He helps me with my homework so I really get it down. He prints the checks that pay the bills. He stores updates and names. He files facts, makes shopping lists. He tells us birthdays not to miss. And then on top of all of this, he's great at playing games.
I'm afraid I win. Sorry.
Scooter, computer, and Mr. Chips. They got the answers at their fingertips. Scooter, computer, and Mr. Chips. They got the answers at their fingertips.
To have some fun or pass a quiz, just follow this computer whiz. Scooter, computer, and Mr. Chips. They got the answers at their fingertips.
Baseball's supposed to be fun. Can't wait to hit a home run. But they got me playing the wrong position since they made me the statistician. I'm in numbers up to my ears. This is gonna take me years and years and years and years and
Numbers?
years.
Scooter, did you say numbers?
Yes, numbers, Mr. Chips. Batting averages, earned run averages, team standings. I can probably figure this stuff out, but I'll miss batting practice.
Feed me those numbers. I'll do the work.
You mean...
Precisely. Sit down, Scooter. You're in for a treat. Numbers, you see, are just my meat. 'Cause I'm a number cruncher, a mathematical muncher. I can round numbers off, I can square them. I can line numbers up and compare them. I can change them around, rearrange them around. I can deal with them in any way you choose. I'm not a math professor, I am a data processor. I can mix numbers up and combine them. I can take them apart and align them. I can shake numbers up, I can break numbers up. I can turn them into something you can use. If you can punch them, I can crunch them. 'Cause I'm a number cruncher.
Mr. Chips, you're amazing.
Elementary, Scooter. A piece of cake. Just feed me the numbers and I'll process them for you.
In other words, I punch them.
Precisely, and I crunch them. I process numbers as quick as a flash for whatever results you need. I process numbers into measuring tools to measure sound and time and speed. I process numbers to find just how fast a rocket can get to Mars. I project the future and recall the past, and I can show you a map of the stars.
Wow!
I process numbers into curves and lines, display them on a graph or a chart. I process numbers into colors and shapes to make a digital work of art. A work of art. 'Cause I'm a number cruncher, a mathematical muncher. I can round numbers off, I can square them. I can line numbers up and compare them. I can change them around, rearrange them around. I can deal with them in any way you choose. I'm not a math professor, I am a data processor. I can mix numbers up and combine them. I can take them apart and align them. I can shake numbers up, I can break numbers up. I can turn them into something you can use.
My baseball statistics.
A piece of cake, but remember, first you have to punch them.
I know, then you can crunch them. 'Cause you're a number cruncher.
Precisely.
To have some fun or pass a quiz, just follow this computer whiz. Scooter, computer, and Mr. Chips. They got the answers at their fingertips.
am, and there you stand, such distance in between. 'Cause I am a human and you are a machine. How can I communicate exactly what I mean when I am a human and you are a machine? Parlez-vous français? Habla español?
I am a computer with so much in store. If you could learn my language or I could speak in yours, then I do more work for you than you could ever dream. Though you are a human and I am a machine.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
First of all, please clear your mind and listen closely, Scooter. Forget the words you thought you knew and start to think computer. Computers change the letters and the numerals humans type to a numbered code made up of things that we call bits and bytes.
Bits? Bytes?
Think computer, Scooter. A byte is several digits, all standing in a row, that represent a letter or a number that you know. For instance, when you write an A, this byte is what I see, and 0011, is my way of saying 3. The bit is one little bit of a byte.
I get it. Bits and bytes are sort of a computer alphabet.
That's right, but ABCs and 1, 2, 3s isn't talking. Hey, let's face it, that's why one language that we use is called Computer Basic.
Computer Basic?
Beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code. Basic is a language that most computers know. And once you start to speak it, communications flow. You use words and phrases, I use bits and bytes instead. And Basic lets us understand what the other one just said.
So Basic is a language that I can talk in human and you can talk in machine and we can understand each other.
Yes, Basic is the language you'll be using to feed in my data. It's also the language all my programs or software are written in.
Data, program, software?
Data is information. Data means the facts. It's everything you store in me for solving problems back. A program means directions that tell me what to do, how to analyze my data and find answers just for you. And software is just another name for all the instructional programs that you feed me.
Here I am and there you stand, we're closer than we seem. Though I am a human and you are a machine, I'll get a book on Basic and as quickly as I can, I will talk computer and you will understand.
Every person you can know and every place that you can go and anything that you can show, you know they're nouns. A noun's a special kind of word. It's any name you ever heard. I find it quite interesting. A noun's a person, place, or thing. Oh, I took a train to another state. The flora and the fauna that I saw were really great. But when I saw some bandits chasing the train, I was wishing I was back home again. I took a train to another state. Well, every person you can know, like a bandit or an engineer, and every place that you can go, like a state or a home, and anything that you can show, like animals and plants or a train, you know they're nouns. You know they're nouns. Oh, Mrs. Jones is a lady on Hudson Street. She sent her dog to bark at my brother and me. We gave her dog a big fat bone and now he barks at Mrs. Jones. She's a lady who lives on Hudson Street. Well, every person you can know, Mrs. Jones, a lady or a brother, and every place that you can go, like a street or a corner, and anything that you can show, like a dog or a bone, you know they're nouns. You know they're nouns. Oh, I took a ferry to the Statue of Liberty. My best friend was waiting there for me. He took an early ferry. We went for a walk on the island, you know, and in the middle of summer it started to snow. And I took a ferry to the Statue of Liberty. Well, every person you can know,
like a friend or the captain of a ship.
and every place that you can go,
An island or a sea.
and anything that you can show,
Like a statue, a ferry, or snow.
you know they're nouns. You know they're nouns. Oh, I put a dime in the drugstore record machine. Oldie Goldie started playing, if you know what I mean. I heard Chubby Checker, he was doing the twist, and the Beatles and the Monkeys, it goes like this. I put a dime in the drugstore record machine. Well, every person you can know,
The Beatles and the Monkeys, Chubby Checker.
every place that you can go,
Like a neighborhood or a store.
and anything that you can show,
Like a dime or a record machine.
you know they're nouns. A noun's a special kind of word. It's any name you ever heard. I find it quite interesting. A noun's a person, place, or thing. A noun is a person, place, or thing.
Like a butterfly or like a bee, like an ant as busy as can be, these little words we call the busy peas.
Preposition.
9 or 10 of them do most all of the work.
Of, on, to, with, in, from, by, for, at, over, across.
And many others do their job, which is simply to connect their noun or pronoun object to some other word in the sentence. Busy peas, if you please.
On the top is where you are.
Top relates to where.
With a friend you'll travel far.
With a friend you'll go.
If you try, you know that you can fly over the rainbow.
Over the rainbow is where you can fly. Busy prepositions, always on the go. Like a bunch of busy bees, floating pollen on the breeze, buzzing over the meadows, beyond the forest, through the trees, into the beehive. Busy, busy bees.
Beyond, over, on, through.
Busy prepositions, always out in front. On the edges, in the crack, around the corner, from the back, in between the action, stating clearly to your satisfaction the location and direction. Prepositions give specific information.
Though little words they are, they never stand alone.
Gathering words behind them, you soon will see how they have grown into a parade. A prepositional phrase with a noun or at least a pronoun bringing up the rear. A little phrase of 2 or 3 or 4 or more words.
Prepositions, attention, forward march.
Busy prepositions, always on the march. Like a horde of soldier ants, inching bravely forward on the slimmest chance that they might better their positions. Busy, busy prepositions.
In the air, on the ground, everywhere.
The sun sank lower in the west. In the west it sank.
And it will rise in the morning and will bring the light of day.
We say the sun comes up in the east every day.
In the east it rises.
Busy prepositions, busy, busy, busy.
On the top is where you are.
On the top.
If you try, you know that you can fly.
Fly where?
Over the rainbow.
When Reginald was home with flu, the doctor knew just what to do. He cured the infection with one small injection, while Reginald uttered some interjections.
Hey, that's smart.
as strong. Though Geraldine played hard to get, Geraldo knew he'd woo her. Yes, he showed his affection despite her objections, and Geraldine hollered some interjections.
Well, you've got some nerve. Oh, I've never been so insulted in all my life. Hey, you're kind of cute.
Interjections,
well,
for excitement or emotion.
Hey.
They're generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation point or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong.
Pretty.
So when you're happy,
Hooray!
or sad, or frightened, or mad,
Rat!
or excited, wow, or glad,
Hey!
an interjection starts a sentence right. The game was tied at 7-all. When Franklin found he had the ball, he made a connection in the other direction, and the crowd started shouting out interjections.
Oh, you threw the wrong way.
Darn, you just lost the game.
Hooray, I'm for the other team.
Interjections.
Oh,
Excitement.
darn.
Emotion.
Hooray!
Generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation point or by a comma when the feeling's not as strong. So when you're happy,
Hooray!
or sad, or frightened, or mad,
Rat!
or excited,
Wow.
or glad,
Hey!
an interjection starts a sentence right. Interjections,
Hey!
show excitement
Hey!
or emotion.
Hey!
They're generally set apart from a sentence by an exclamation